Rice is a great product to deal in export business, but one thing, this is not a short ticket size. So if you're planning to export rice, you need to focus on one thing. The capital is highly required. Even if you go for a lower variety, make sure even the lowest grade can cost you somewhere around 50 or 60 rupees per kg. So multiply it by 28,000 or 24,000 kgs, you'll get to know what's the number that you can export. So that's a minimum budget that you need to work in. And if you don't have that much of budget, or if you're not planning for that, maybe you are evaluating saying that, okay, don't I get advance? Yeah, you may get advance, but not at the full number. You may get advance at 10-15%. That's the maximum what you get, and then rest is all against BL or against dispatch. So in both the situation, you need to pump the capital at the initial stages, because I don't know whether the mills are going to give you at credit. So that may be not possible. And moreover, there are a lot of already companies or who are the exporters who are already given out credits. So if you look at this Haryana, Punjab and other belts also, they are already done on credit businesses. They have lost their money. They have stuck their capital in the Dubai market, GCC markets and sort of that. So you need to be very careful when it comes to money, and you need to be very careful on point of catering to the customers. So understand that. You have if you have the capital, you can, if you have a good enough of appetite on the capital side, then you plan it, or else just try to stay away from it. Because or else the other thing what you can do is, if you can if you have any mills, what you can do is, without having your capital, you can directly work for a mill, and you can tell them that I'll get you the buyers, and then I'll do the work for you, and then you can take a small commission in that. So that should also work. If that is you're interested in rice and you know everything about it, I want to work in this industry, but I don't have a capital at the moment, even you can work for those companies at your as your company thing, and then you can start making the turnovers, and then later you can start your whole operations by yourselves. So plan it accordingly. But without capital, if you're planning to start your whole trading business, not happening. So keep that in mind. So here MMT is not a mistake here, it's a million metric tons, so calculate accordingly. So we are talking at a huge commodity business. It's a huge product potential. It's a great product. From India, it's a great product that we have been exporting to more than 170 plus countries. So market is not a shortfall here. If you want to start today, you start looking out for the buyers. You have the whole data available, so you can just buy out the data. You can look out for the countries who are buying it, and which are the countries which are like not at a big scale, not in basmatis and all, but the smaller varieties you can surely target it. And moreover, if you have a mill tie-up, and just check with them what kind of a rice they have, and you can plan accordingly to and start exporting it. So that also works for you. So commodity wise, 40% of the rice is a great product that we are already exporting, and we have already surpassed the Chinese. We are the world's #1 producer of rice. So there was a time that if you look at towards history and all of it, Lal Bahadur Shastri's time, who was a Prime Minister of India. If you look at that, there was a time when we had to be starving. We didn't have that much of rice or something. We had been importing. Now we have so much that we can export, and we are the top producer of the rice in the whole world. So yeah, again, there are a lot of things that we need to take care, and there are a lot of improvements can be done. And if you are very serious about it, and if you want to take this business ahead, there are a lot of loopholes, there are a lot of problems in this industry that you can solve, and you can cater to it. And if you want to understand more and all of it, then you can book a consultation call there. So here we have something called as Basmati and non-Basmati rice. So Basmati and non-Basmati rice, Basmati has already been GI tagged for India, so you can start exporting that. You have 70% of the global control, that's all that's been producing. And in Basmati rice, you have varieties. So it's not one single rice or one single variety. You have a lot of it. If you know what is the differentiation between, by just looking at it, you can say it, what is the difference and what variety is it, then yeah, you are in the business. If you're already there, then if you have that expertise, get into the business. And majorly, if you are just dealing in the domestic business, you can work in international business. The challenge is what you have in non-Basmati that is not there with Basmati rice. Basmati rice has never been capped like banned request and like, okay, you can't export it or something. That has never been done. But when it comes to non-Basmati rice, because rice is a commodity that has been into your food securities. So the problem here is, okay, if there is some kind of a COVID or some other things happens, then India wants to export the product, because suddenly due to any kind of a climate change or calamities or war or this anything happens, especially the COVID pandemic. So if anything happens of that sort, then there is a situation that, okay, now what we do next? So we can't export it. So government of India wants like, okay, whatever the stock we have, we cannot export it. We'll use it for our domestic purpose, because we have so much of big population. We have so much of hungry mouths to feed. So in that cases, either the government will procure it on MSPs and they manage the whole thing, or they will let you to export if there is a surplus. But that's not the case with basmati rice. You can plan for basmati, there is no issues with that. But for non-basmati rice, if there is a restriction, you need to have your domestic supply chain also ready, aligned with your international. If you are working on international, saying that okay, now I'm an exporter, I want to only work on export business, especially in rice, especially in non-basmati, you need to be very much sure if there is a government restriction comes in, if the policy kicks in saying that from tomorrow you cannot export, that can happen with the onions, tomatoes and all of that. So if that things comes in, then you are in a big trouble. Okay, so in that case, you need to push the products to the domestic market, and if you are doing the customization or multi-packing and sort of that, if you are investing on customizations or sort of that, then that's a big loss for you. So make sure that that's not the situation that you land in. Okay, these are the varieties, paraboiled and other things. You have a lot of production units in South India, Andhra Pradesh, Assam, and all of these belts. You can really work it around, and this is a great product to jump in. Okay. So looking at the numbers, India is doing very great. India is doing very well in the rice exports. If one commodity, if I have the money today, if I have to jump in, which is again, margins are less. I don't say that you have a drastic margins like what you get in other commodities, but here the volumes are huge, the demand is huge. Every day in, day out, the business, what you can do is this the business. Many people say like, okay, what is the trending thing? What is like matcha thing? What is that moringa powder? See, anything can go with trend up and down, but rice is telling me that okay, you may be not consuming drumsticks, you may be not consuming moringa before, you may be not drinking the moringa like what is this matcha teas and sort of that. See, trends are for some time, maybe there is uptrend, side trend, downtrend. Sometimes trends keep the stagnant growth. If that's not happening, just take it in our wrong sides that okay, if something is not working, then these products, especially the rice thing, is the most boring product. This is there in the centuries now. So it never goes out of the business. It's always going to be there. So there is no substitute for it. That is the one great thing. If you are entering this business, you can leave the legacy for your future. So that's something that you can plan it with it. So other data points you can just read it for yourself. So these are the benchmarks here. What's the volume that we produce? What is the average prices? See, these are the prices which are like, okay, you can just take a number of it and then you evaluate according to yourself, because normally every mill, every region, every market has their own prices. According to that, you can evaluate it. Just take this as a pinch of salt and take it as a reference point, then that should be good. So primary target markets, if I have to say, is where I sell it. Okay, GCC market is great because you have a whole Indian diaspora, but yeah, the whole thing was in war and now I don't know where we'll end up with, but consider that this is a good market. We can target there. The top markets, the whole the GCC markets are the top basmati markets for you. If you want to target that, that's really good. And secondary, if you can target Japan, South Korea, Asian, mainly the Asian market, wherever the Asian diaspora is, you can target that. Rice is a good product to sell there. And emerging markets is Africa and Central Asia, so you can target there. So that will really help you to grow your business. Majorly, what I say is money point of view, the tier 2 cities are better. The secondary markets are better. The Japan, South Korea, the payment terms are good. But when it comes to GCC countries, the payments, especially when you are dealing with Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Sri Lankan and all of that. So be careful on your revenue, because those people set up their offices in free zones and they take the material, and see, at the beginning they may be doing a good business with you. Once you say that, okay, I have a trust and they are doing regularly, and then there is a glitch. And many of my customers post the loss, those customers have seen very bad days. They are like in CRs, they have locked their capital, they have lost it. Normally you may have a hope of saying that okay, we may recover it, but that was very difficult to get it done. So what is the best situation is, don't get into that point. If anyone is saying that okay, we have done so much of trade, why don't you trust me and give me a credit? We have done business when we are doing both together. Why don't you trust me and give me advance payments? Why do you want to run your whole business operations on my money? So this is where you need to be very careful on point of finances. Keep your books very clear. Your PL statement be should good. And when you prepare a SOP for your businesses, do not bypass it. At any given point, whoever you are, even when you own a company, treat yourself as an employee and you have a responsibility of the business. And if something goes wrong in point of financial, like, okay, what happens here is my manager gives you a number and then you come back to me saying that, okay, your manager has given me some number and that's not working, I want you to rework on it. See if it's workable as per your SOP, whatever you're prepared, go back to your calculations and get the number out. If that is not something workable, then just call it off and say that, okay, not happening. If the business is a loss, let it go. Just don't bypass your SOPs and give out credit and then later you suffer with your losses, because I've seen people building a fortune with this and I've seen people who turned the life upside down. Never get into that. So see, if there is a business no for today, maybe the other business may come in the future. But if you do a wrong trade and you lose in crores of money, then maybe everyone doesn't have the same appetite. There are few customers who got back to us and then they have restarted. We started doing great. Now we have recovered. Not the recovery from the losses, but we have generated the revenue once again. But that is not going to be the same case with you every time. So God can give you the chance once or twice. If you miss out, then yeah, everything is gone for a thing. So be careful on that. So what I'm saying is GCC market is very risky when you're dealing with our own people. It's not the Arabs who are going to scam you. It's the Indians or Pakistanis or Bangladeshi or Sri Lankans who are going to do it. So be careful, plan it accordingly and then work it around. Okay. So production wise, if you look at the number, this is the great number in millions metric tons. So that's a great number. Overall, we have a good share in the international market, and Basmati, non-Basmati, you can consider both. You have a surplus, so you can target with that. So the varieties, what you can deal with, what is the metric ton pricing, you can check on that. Okay, don't come back to me and saying in the comment box saying that, so this, the prices, what your number is there, what is not right or something. See, as I said, take it as a pinch of salt. These are the numbers which are coming from the source. We are not generating it by ourselves. Whatever the shipment has been done, we are monitoring the rates. We are giving out that. If you feel that this is different, keep it to yourself. Work it around your pricing. If something you can do better than this, go ahead and do it. I don't bother. But don't come and tell me that, okay, this is the prices which are not suitable. This is something that, no, you never get it. You are new into the business. So we are not new into the business. We are there from 2012 and we know what we are doing. We are working with companies. We are shipping out the containers at somewhat closer to the price. Not exactly to the same prices, but somewhat closer. So consider that point and then rework on yourself. This is, you're watching this video for the knowledge purpose. Take it as a pinch of salt. Just take it as advice kind of a thing and then do your work. I don't say that, okay, just believe me and go and jump into the water. No, it's just educational videos. So you need to do your homework. You need to redo it. You need to analyze it. Okay, these are the points here, which is right and which is working for you. Just take a reference point. If you're doing better than this, you can procure way lesser than this. You can make a good margin, or you can sell it at more higher than this price. It's good. It's good for you. That's all the thing here is. Okay. So when it comes to basmati rice, you have the varieties, again the same thing, paraboiled, because in IR64 you have two varieties. You can check on that and you can plan accordingly. So other markets, you need to be very sure. If you have free residue products, which is like organic material, then you have a good fortune there. You can increase your margins. But if you are non-organic, then don't worry about it. Whatever you have, you can sell it. But keep an eye on your residues, because if the residues are on a higher scale, then you'll be kicked out from your container will be kicked out from the markets. Okay. So what are the normal documentations that you need? APEDA, FSSAI, Central. Do not go with the state license. State license is only for your state business. When you are dealing with central license, that goes for export purpose. And IC certificate, that's a mandatory. Then you need to register. Depends on the markets what you are dealing in, and every market has their own set of documentations, licensing and other thing. You need to get registered there, and accordingly you need to plan it and plan quarantine, because this is a plant-based product. Obviously, if you are not, we have seen the fake rices also these days in the market. So keep an eye on it, and when you are dealing with a plant-based product, obviously insects, pests and all of it, these are going to be there. So keep an eye on it. If there is something, contamination is happening, then you need to get it checked and you need to quarantine it and see if that is exportable quality or not. What happens in Indian market is, like, whatever we pack it, we sell it. We don't worry about residues. We don't worry about whatever that we have used. Yeah, we are not humans, right? So it's like what thought process what I get is like, okay, we are India is, we export the good one out, and we say like, okay, whatever the rest out is, left out is, we can supply to the domestic market. We are cattle, so it's a cattle feed. Okay, so consider that. Whatever get it from, even from the governments, you just look into the qualities that has the same thing. So you need to be very sure on the testing point, because if your product is not suitable for international market, even if you are procuring it, if you are trading it, and because these are all these products doesn't come from saying that one single source, you need to procure it, club it, and then export it. So if you are doing that, either the mill is doing it or someone else is doing it for you, or you are doing it by yourself. In all the situations, what you need to do is you need to check all of this for batches. If you have 500 bags, take all the samples from all the 50 or 100 bags, and then you do the sampling and test it and check it if there is a residues, mainly the residues, whichever the spray that we have used on it. So these are all a problem or the challenges that you may face. So there is a limit here. I have given you the parameters. Maybe you need to compare it, because these are something that goes up and down. There will be reworks on it. So you need to be very sure. If you are sending it to European markets, these are the residues numbers that you need to work it around. And if it's Japan, this is a different thing. And every market has their own MRLs. So MRLs is like the limits. So work it around and see what is heavy metals, what is present, what is not present, how much chemicals they have used. So normally basically is like, okay, how good your soil is. If your soil is poisonous, and then whatever grows there, it's poison, as simple as that. But you can ship that into Indian markets, but not into the global market. Yeah. So what are the documentations that you need? You need an IC, as usual, APEDA for your agricultural products, FSSAI central license. Don't miss out on that. If your CA, someone who is doing the FSSAI license for you, if he is not aware, please make sure, talk to him and figure out, tell him you need a central license, not the street license. Okay, commercial invoices as per the shipments, packaging list as per the packaging, bill of lading, certificate of origin, and if you are dealing with the free trade agreement countries where we have done the agreements, like it could be in New Zealand, Australia, UAE, and some other countries, ASEAN and sort of that, then in those cases, if you want to take the tariff input, then you please make sure you need to take the certificate of origin preferentials. That's again your freight forwarder will do it for you. No need to worry on that, but get it done. So pathosanitary certification, pigmentation, because again, these are all something that we do it for your products, pigmentations or pathosanitary, because these are plant-based products. So basically you need to get it done. And lab reports, maybe your buyer may be saying that, okay, he doesn't want to pay for it, but this is something that you don't tell it out loud. You need to include it in your quotation. Whatever samples that you go through, or because see, the lab test reports is going to cost you something. It's not going to be for free. And if you do it from your what you call SGS or reputed labs, then obviously the prices are going to be more. But if you are using the NABLs, NABL is mandatory, but even the reputation is also something that you need to take to account. If NABLs approved labs or export inspection councils approved labs, you can just take that and then start working on it. Even that's also fine. NABL is not an international thing, so just take that to the consideration. Okay, so just get that lab, because 8,000 to 25,000 is the variant, and normally they may take around 8 to 10 days to get the samples out, the reports out, and then share it on your website, share it on your social media, give the confidence to the buyer, whoever is jumping on it. And maybe if they are not ready to pay the price what you are asking for, maybe after looking into the report they may come back to you. So that's possibility there. Okay. So logistics, these are the time zones that you need to ship, and these are the ports where rice have been properly handled, and these are the main hubs that we use. South we have Kakinada and Kochi and all of that regions that if you want to push it. Chennai is there. So Middle East, the prices may be varying, but again, coming back, this is just a reference point. You can go and check with your freight forwarder what's the prices and go up with the price, because war situation, the shipment prices have gone up, the diesel prices have gone up. So you never know we are in very unstable situations. So whatever the number I give and you watch it after a year or something, and then you come back to me and saying that, okay, the prices are lower or higher, doesn't make sense. It's foolishness. Okay. So government incentives are there. So calculate on it, because road tap is again sliced by 50%. So you can calculate each and everything and see if this is something making sense for you. Okay, and never put your incentives into your quotations, because you never know, government may give it, maybe not, and if there is a delay, then it's a loss for you. So never ever calculate your incentives into your quotations. Quotation at the time of preparing your quotations, it should be on your numbers, not the incentives. But later stages, if you are getting incentives and you are getting paid, you can give an additional offer to your customer saying that, okay, stay back with me. I am ready to share whatever the incentives I am getting from Indian government. I do it with Saudi. If you want to plan the same thing, you can do it with the Indian markets also. Saudi government, whatever the incentives they pay, because we are working with the brands in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi government is also supporting the exporters there. So whatever the orders I get, whatever the incentives they make, we share it around. So that's a good deal, and that is where you can keep the buyers engaged, and that's a great benefit. Okay, so coming back to buyer acquisition challenges, currently at the moment there are quality issues, lack of credibility, buyer profiles. There are a lot of scams happening. You don't give a single grade and they mix it around, and grain length is not the same. So a lot of things are going here and there, so you can fix those things. So trust deficit. So please make sure, how do you plan it? This is all going to make a lot of sense. And how do you present it to the customers? That's always important. I don't say that, okay, this is something that if you're getting the product and dispatching the good as it is, then in that way you are not doing any value adding services, or you are not solving any problem there. Whatever the mix is coming in, you're just shipping it out, there may be a problem there. I'll talk about the value adding services, but still something that you need to take to account. Mitigating strategies, you can work it with B2B portals. I just don't say that you need just to get registered with B2B portals and hoping for the inquiries. I also advise you build your own website, build your own credibility, so that you are not dependent on something. So that's very much important, and build your own lead generation system. That should always work. And if you want our help in any situations, we have plans for it. You can jump into anything and participate in any food trade fairs. Promote your product, get the orders, get the inquiries, lead generation, keep engaging, and the leads will work it out for you. And if any payments there is a default or something, you can take the credit insurance. So that is one piece that you don't get into a domestic market. If I give out credit in, I'm sitting in Bangalore, I'm giving out a credit in Delhi or Haryana or even in Andhra Pradesh. If the money is gone, it's gone. But that's not the same with the Australian customer. If I'm shipping the material on credit, later if the buyer defaults, the insurance company gives me the money back. So that's a great thing. So that support we are getting from the government. And this is one thing I like about the government, but rest is something, okay. So simple sample shipments, please make sure whatever the quality or the varieties you are dealing in, send them the sample first, take the approval, get it in writing, and then get the writing in on the report as well as on the samples. So make sure that happens, and then you go ahead and push it, or else you are in deep trouble, okay. So India, we are doing great. Thailand is our next competitor. Vietnam is next again. Pakistan is like, even you can see that. I don't know why my team has used the hand here. They would have put a bowl, like begging bowl. Okay, so Pakistan is, I don't consider it as a market also, right? So it's not like, they have played a game to get the GI tag on Basmati or something. But even the Indian government kicked them out. So that, now we have the GI tag. So that's something can be worked, okay? So edge wise, you have all the options here. That's a great thing. So strength wise, we are a big producer. That's one big volume. We have good varieties. We have GI tag. We have competitive prices because of so many varieties, so many regions, so many suppliers and manufacturers. We have the price, but you can't cut the farmers. Keep that fair trade options open. Help the farmers as much as you could do, and procure it at a good price. So if you are making good money, and why don't you pay the farmers some good amount, okay? And when it comes to operations, there is where the glitches are. If you are looking for opportunities, the bigger markets, especially these Russian markets is good, European, US market, GCC markets, Australian, again, we have free trade agreements with a lot of countries, so you can target that. So maybe all the same, I don't say that, okay, the same variety goes everywhere. Every country has their own kind of a requirement or their own flavor kind of a thing. You can target that, and you can start working. So weakness wise, policy, as I said, food security, that's going to kick in anytime, and you never know it. You always know it, you can predict something, but exactly you are not sure about it. As far as you have Modi's or Amit Shah's number, and that's where you can take the things there. But if you don't have it, then you never know getting the exact numbers. So what I would suggest is, when you're working on an international market, you need to be very careful. If there is a climate change, there is no good rain, and the production shortages or something like that. If something comes in, then there are possibilities that there is going to be a ban or something on non-Basmati rice, because Basmati, in Indian food security, Basmati is a premium thing. So that is not for everyone to procure. So they don't really put a ban on it. So consider that. But residues, the chemicals what is being used on the fertilizers or in the form of fertilizers or something that on the rice. So be very careful on that. Residues are going to kill your business if you don't test it on batch to batch, keeping an eye on new suppliers. If you are buying it from some other new sources, please do it. Please do the testing and see whether if that makes sense for you or not, or else you are going to kill your whole business. Because see, what happens here is you're procuring it and you're not testing it, you're just dispatching it, and then later when it get tested in the end market, you get to know that this is the residues are high, and then you're not allowed, the products are banned or restricted or they are dumped. Then those products you can't even get it back and you can't sell it, and even if you want to get it back, the logistic price is not going to be free. So when you're working on a very thin margins, be careful on all the situations where the things can go wrong, so that you are secure and you can think over it and act upon it. Okay. So threats wise, potentially competitions, restrictions, climate change, a lot of other markets getting into the good pricing, maybe not at the big volume, maybe initially. See, however, I have around 50 metric tons and someone is sitting with 1 metric ton. He can compete hardly with 1 metric ton, not with 50 metric tons. So the population and the production what we have, it's huge. And you can build a domestic and international business together, so don't worry about it. So whatever the business model you pick, this is going to work. And this product fits into all business models. You can go direct B2B, go and look out for importers who has been there and who has been operating in. So go and work with them. And if you are opening a trading house where you are just doing the sourcing parts, yeah, you can do that. If you want to do the white labeling, packaging in point of the retailer packagings on their own brand and repacking it and sending it, that you can do. Even if you want to do it on your brand names, I said like initially I said you can't do it in less than 5 lakh or 2 lakhs or something. If you want to, if you are interested and you want to start it, then you can start it with the e-commerce like D2C, single packaging and all of it. But yeah, there is a order value there, but again, logistics, commission of this Amazon or any other portals, if you're planning, then these are all the costs that you need to take upon you and then see if that's profitable or not. So financial projections, I say it's a good product. You can jump in, not only today, even in the future. The people who had been entering this business in the past, they have made a good fortune. So you can do the same. You can do very well in the business. So keep up on it. Okay. Work it around. So next is risk management. If the policy issues there, build a simultaneously domestic business. Quality issues, please make sure you get it tested. If it's a new one, be very sure. Payment, if it's a what you call a buyer defaults kind of a thing, then you have insurance companies to take care of it. Logistics, be very sure, because now because of war and other things, currently the prices are very dynamic. People want rice, but they don't want to pay for the logistics. So I can't put the logistic money off from my pocket. So obviously it's the buyer who has to pay for it. So 4 rupees is my product price and 8 rupees is the logistics. No one would love to buy it. So people would either, because this is the commodity which people want and they may not pay me additional money on it to say like, okay, send me the product and I'll pay whatever it is. No, the whatever is not the thing when it comes to commodity, because people who are going to buy it, they are not going to pay an extra penny there. So whatever the offer comes in, they will purchase it and it has to go in a lower number. So what I would suggest is keep an eye on your logistics, keep an eye on your, because it's not one container, it's in multiples of containers. So in that case, it will be a bigger problem. So keep that in mind. And climate is something that, because whole Indian crop is on monsoon, you can't do anything about it. And sometimes it's too much, sometimes it's droughting, you can't plan it. But yeah, you can predict and see if there is a short, then obviously you need to, there will be a restriction from the Indian government and you need to take a hit. And you need to dispose the whole goods or the stock, whatever you left out with, that has to go to the Indian markets. And geopolitical situations, Trump, tariff, Red Sea, other markets, if you see that, Houthi and other markets where crossing itself is a problem, then yeah, you'll be having those kind of glitches here and there. Going forward, in logistic industry, more than the logistic, the insurance money is going to go up. So keep that in mind, because the situations what we are in, maybe tomorrow, maybe good, we just have issues to the west. The east issue is still not started. Maybe you never know. There are again few more Trump kind of mentalities are still there. Like you have North Korea, you have China, you have Taiwan, you have Japan. So a lot many things can go ups and downs. You never know. You can't predict that. That's a major problem. Okay. So quality control, make sure you have this residue control. soil testing done, lab testing done, so you know where exactly what you're getting it from. If the soil report fails, 110% your production also will fail. There is no science behind it. Whatever is grown in that soil is going to be obviously having, needs to have the thing. If a parents have a horrible, what do you call, the mental condition, the kid will come in the same sense. That's the basic analysis what you can do. Procurement, okay, make sure the moisture rate and what market you're working in and what product the customer is asking for, plan it accordingly. That's how it's need to be done. And milling, so whatever the companies you work with, make sure the grain length and control on broken rice. And moreover, there are mixing what they do to reduce the price. They don't say no to your inquiry, they say yes to the prices, they say yes to everything, and then they go back and what do you do, subsidize the, they take out the quality out, so they mix it with some other low grade rice, and then it goes ups and down. Whoever can promise you the grain length and the quality of it, even a single grain goes down than this, I'll pay you back the money, then work with those companies. That will really help you. Everyone is, I don't say that everyone is unethical, but there are businesses, we are in Kali Yuga, so you need to be careful on that. So coming back to the certifications and sort of that, please make sure whatever the market you're working with, so whatever the buyer wants, based on that you need to target or you need to plan your certifications. Value adding services, aged basmatis, you need to hold the stock, you need to keep that, you need to maintain the quality of it, and then without the pest or something. So then yeah, you can really ask for additional money there. So other, you have organic or ready to eat. Even the customers whom we are working with, the masalas now, they are doing it in ready to cook. You can use any meat or something. Then it's the same way of cooking. So these are something gives you additional money. So you can look for that. And if you have any varieties or if your rice or any other product has some kind of a different health benefits, promote it. That really works well. Even there is something called as black rice. If you have that consideration, that's also good for you. So foundation wise, start working on your documentations if you have it, and look for the markets, and based on what market you're going to target, get all the certifications done. You have already the reports in the shop portal. So shop.jbexperts.com, you can go and purchase the report and do your analysis. And then market testing, check with the buyers, what they want. See, reports can say anything, but at the end of the day, who is going to buy it? If whatever he says, that's the final thing. So plan it accordingly. Scaling up, like get the good buyers, do the private labeling. If you want, you can do the D2C business. And in this industry or in the current situations what we are in, please diversify your industry, diversify your product, diversify your market. So that's very much important. Okay, so keep that in mind, and please work on your websites. People, when you are coming into rice, the price is low doesn't mean that you don't need to have the digital presence. Please, this is very much needed. Have a website, do a SEO. People if search for it, at least if you are not ranking, then it doesn't make any sense. So LinkedIn, this is the must, the thing that you need to have. B2B portals, as far as free, do it. If it's paid, then look for it or take a trial or something, then see and work it around. LinkedIn, WhatsApp and email marketing, get the data, start talking to the people, send out emails, send out WhatsApp messages. Even you can do iMessages, that also works. Today you have a lot of tools to help you out with that. Sustainability, environment, securities, safety, governance, and all of that. If you consider, you need to be fair, you need to pay good to the farmers whom you are procuring it. They deserve the most and they are in the need. And as much as you can do a good business model, then that's very much helpful. Keep that in mind. And what else, packaging and other options you can provide, you can take it. And if you are looking for any help in export business, apart from YouTube videos, you can learn from here for free. You can put into a comment box whatever the questions you have, I'll reply back to it. And apart from that, if you're looking for something, a paid support where you talk to me directly, you check with me, and I'll just evaluate your business and then I give you input. You can go for a plan 0, which is a 1-hour consultations. You talk to me, understands what's the market, what's the best product, what's the margins, and other real data. I'll just display it to you, and then we can evaluate the idea, and then we can take the things forward from there. Build with me is a plan where it's a new plan where you can work with me for a year. Every day we are sitting from 8 o'clock all the way till the night to building your business, understanding what challenges we are facing and how exactly the things has to be done. Sending out emails, yes, everyone says that send out emails, but how do you send it? What tools you use it, and how do you make sure the emails are sent into the inbox, not to the spam folder, or the emails not even delivered, or even we don't even check whether the emails are dead or alive. So these are something that I discuss, I teach you, you do it with me, and even I'll correct you if you are doing something wrong. So that's the support I'm providing there. So if you're planning for something like that, Build With Me is a plan that you can enroll now. And this is going to be open, and you can enroll anytime, and we can start with that. It's not going to be in batches, so you can just jump in. And plan A is something for the people who wants to do the team training, individual training. They want the whole team to be trained, and everyone in the different industry. What I mean to say is every pillar is being attended. It could be accounts, it could be compliances, it could be logistics, legalities, sales, marketing. We train the team based on their departments. We look out for that, and we train them, we help them, we give all the resources to them, and make sure your business works. So that's the whole thing that we do it here. And plan B is something that you don't have a team, you don't need to worry. You give it everything to us. We will work under your brand. We are invisible export department for you. We do not say out saying that, okay, we are JB experts and this is the company for whom we are looking out for buyers. No, that doesn't happen. We represent your company. For example, it's a Rohit Exports. Then we represent Rohit Exports as a company, and we say out that, okay, we are calling from here. This is the product that we deal in. This is the business what we do it, and we can help you with this, blah, 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 and all of it. And we get all the payments to your bank account. We get all the leads to your account. We get all the business promotions to your account. We manage from your website to your social media, getting the deals, negotiating. Once the products are ready, we take care of the logistics. Once the agreements are done, everything you sign it, but we handle everything for you. Your responsibility is to manufacture the product, maintain the quality, sustainable model, and then manage the certifications, and rest we will take care for you. Okay, this is the whole plan what we have, and this is how we do it. And if you are interested, get in touch with the team, but do not call me, call the team for free advisors. We don't do free advisors on the call, because my team is, because of Trump, we are already occupied. So I would suggest, please give us a call when you really need any paid plans. Free, I don't mind. If whenever we conduct a free webinars or something, you'll let you know. We post it on Instagram and as well as on the YouTube channels. So look into the post sections, get the inquiries there, and you can attend the free webinars. But when it's paid, then it's going to be paid. Okay, so thank you so much. And if you have any doubts, comment box is open. You can take there. And if you want any paid services, you can contact the office number. In the description, the office number will be there. Give us a call and talk to the team. Okay, so any plan, anything, any help, we are right here. We can help you with that. Okay, so thank you so much. And this is if you can support us, you can hit the subscribe button. And if someone needs it, please share it to them. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe.